In the massive ocean of e-commerce, it's so easy to feel like you're just another fish in the sea, especially when you're selling the exact same stuff as everybody else. So that's what we're going to dig into right now. How you can use some seriously powerful AI to become the one that actually stands out and gets all the attention.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever listed a product you knew was a winner, but then crickets? You do all the work and it just gets completely lost. The clicks don't come, the sales don't happen. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. It's a super common and, let's be honest, incredibly frustrating feeling.
And right here, this is really the root of the problem, isn't it? You're using the same generic supplier descriptions, which means you get buried in search results, your listings might end up looking a little unprofessional, and you waste so much time manually editing things for like zero reward. It's a tough cycle to get out of. And that right there is what we call the crowded marketplace problem. When your product listing looks and sounds exactly like 10 or 100 or 1,000 others, why on earth would a buyer pick you? You've got to give them a reason. You have to be different. You have to be better. This is exactly where AI optimization completely changes the game. And let's be super clear about this. This is not just about rewriting a few words. The AI inside Hustle Got Real is a strategic weapon. It's designed to build your listings from scratch to be totally unique, packed with the right keywords, and just laser focused on one single thing, turning people who are just browsing into actual buyers. I mean, the difference here is night and day. The old way, just copy pasting, that's a recipe for being invisible. But the new way, using AI, well, that's how you create a real asset. Every single listing becomes unique, it's customized, and it's literally engineered to rank higher and convert better. Okay, so how does this all actually work? Let's get into it. We're going to start with the text, the absolute core, the foundation of any listing that's going to perform well. There are three main tools to focus on here. First up, we have the most critical piece of the puzzle, your title. It is the very first thing anyone sees. And check this out. For just a single token, the AI can make it pretty much perfect. Now, the AI isn't just guessing here. It's actively finding the keywords that actually perform well. And it structures your title so it works for search engines and for human eyeballs. It gets rid of all that clunky supplier branding and builds a title that gets more people to see your listing and then actually click on it. It's that simple. More impressions, more clicks. All right, so you got the click. Now what? Well, the description is where you seal the deal. And for just 2 tokens, the AI takes that boring list of specs and turns it into a sales pitch that actually works. See, instead of just saying what a product is, the AI rewrites everything to explain what it does for the customer. It talks about the benefits first. It highlights the best features. It makes it easy to read. And this is huge. It makes sure you avoid those duplicate content penalties from the marketplaces. A better description builds trust, and trust, well, that's what gets you more sales. Okay, now for a tool that so many sellers just completely overlook. It's called Fields Optimization. For 2 tokens, this AI tool perfects all those little nitty-gritty details, like item specifics and attributes, that can literally make or break how visible you are. Just think about it. You know when you're shopping and you start filtering by brand or color or size? If your fields aren't filled out perfectly, poof, you're gone. You don't even show up for those people. This tool cleans all that up, cuts down on errors, and helps you capture all that traffic from buyers who know exactly what they want. All right, we've totally nailed the text. Now for the really fun part. Let's talk about the single most important thing for most buyers, your images. This is the stuff that makes people stop dead in their tracks while they're scrolling. I mean, just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got this cluttered, distracting supplier photo. And on the right, boom, crisp, clean, professional. With one click, background removal makes your product the hero. And that is exactly how it should be. Okay, this next tool is it's fantastic. You want to help your customers picture your product in their own home, in their own life? Background Replace uses AI to generate these beautiful, themed lifestyle shots instantly. This doesn't just look better, it seriously increases how valuable the product feels. Sometimes the smallest visual cue can have a massive impact. The AI can add these clean, professional trust badges right onto your image, like premium quality. It is such a simple, powerful way to build that instant confidence and really encourage someone to click. And come on, we've all been there. The supplier sends you this blurry, low-res image that just looks totally amateur.
Image upscale is the magic button for that. The AI automatically makes it sharper, boosts the resolution, and turns a totally useless photo into a crisp image that's ready to sell. So those are the tools, and they're awesome. But look, having a great set of tools is one thing. Knowing how to use them like an expert is everything. So let's talk about how to use these AI features to get the absolute best results. First things first, let's talk about tokens really quick. They're basically the currency that powers all this AI magic. And don't worry, you can always see your balance right there in the top corner of the dashboard, so you always know exactly where you stand. And getting them is super simple. You can just purchase them when you need them. Or, and this is my favorite part, you can actually earn them for free just by joining the HGR Creators Program. It's a really cool way to scale up all your efforts without spending an extra dime. Okay, let's lock in some real, actionable strategy. If you're on a tight budget, always start with your titles first. It's the single biggest bang for your buck, period. Now, for your really competitive products, using background removal plus image upscale is going to help you totally dominate. And hey, don't forget about those older listings that aren't doing so hot. A full AI optimization can bring them back to life and turn them into winners. And this really gets to the most important takeaway of all. It is so easy to look at these tools and think they're just cosmetic, just for making things look pretty. But the reality is that AI optimization is purely strategic. Every single one of these tools is designed to build a fundamentally stronger, more visible, and ultimately more profitable online business. Which really just leaves us with one final question for you. Looking at your own store right now, and knowing what you now know about that sea of copy-paste sellers out there, is your store truly ready to stand out from the crowd?